Love is sincerity, no sense of compulsion or impingement. Even though the body has been separated by death, true love will still be stored eternally in the recesses of the heart. This quote can be interpreted in terms of emotions, love, and memories. These lovely words were truly spoken by B.J Habibie to his late wife Ainun. When the force of their love pierces time and space, that is in fact just a temporary farewell to the next life and the next encounter with a real lover. Love does not look like each other, but looking out together in the same direction. This quote contains meaning about true love, not only surrounding me and you, but there are great things that can be achieved together towards the same future, beneficial for others together. Failure only happens when we give up. Failure only happens if we give up, once stated Habibie. Of fact, failure and hopelessness were a part of B.J. Habibie's creation of the plane. But B.J. Habibie's tenacity and uncompromising character allowed him to create Indonesia's first airplane in the end. No one achieves success without going through difficult and failure-filled periods of struggle. Failure does not indicate that we are incompetent. Rather, it shows that we are capable of effort and strength. We must learn from our mistakes and try harder and wiser the next time. Never quit up trying. When someone abuses you, it is a compliment that so far they spend a lot of time thinking about you, even when you do not think about them. Needless to perfect, simply find people who always make you happy, and that means more than anyone else. This quote has a meaning about one's feelings, love, and attitude. B.J. Habibie said that no human is perfect because perfection only belongs to God. The concept of perfection that belongs to humans simply today has to be better than yesterday. Also find someone who can complement our shortcomings. That is perfection on the human side. One key to happiness is to use the money for an experience, not to desire. I cannot promise to be a good wife, but I promise I will always stand with you. Live like you will die tomorrow and blessed like you will live forever. This quote means that During your lifetime, don't waste too much time because time is very precious. Live your life seriously as if you will die tomorrow. But regarding happiness, always be happy like you have never encountered a single problem. Lack of partner relationships become something that should have been more complete. Wherever you are, always strive to be the best and provide the best that we can give. Should consistently pursue the disciplines in which you are studying. You can be as consistent as I. Lust will only bring temporary happiness, but true and sincere love will give you true happiness. While the sport has been an integral enumerated by death, but true love will remain eternally stored in the recesses of the heart. Without love, intelligence is dangerous, and without intelligence, love is not enough. Happiness and sadness depend on how we react to it. The future of Indonesia is determined by the superiority of Indonesian human resources who have cultural values, understand and master the mechanisms for the development and application of science and technology. Learn to give thanks for the good things in your life. Learn to be strong from the bad things in your life. There is no use having a high IQ but being lazy, lacking discipline. What matters is that you are healthy and willing to sacrifice for a bright future. Be a productive young person so that you become a professional person by not forgetting two things, namely faith and piety. This quote gives a positive meaning to always be enthusiastic and motivating for young people to push themselves and personal abilities so that they can work according to their individual interests. And the most important thing in a work is the principle of life, which is based on our faith and piety, because that is the key in a journey of life. If not the children of this nation who build the nation, who else? Don't expect other people to come to build our nation. The quality of human resources is the key to the nation's future success. Superior and competitive human resources will lead Indonesia to be equal and respected by other nations. Sometimes what you need is not someone who is good at giving advice, but someone who sincerely listens and understands. Everything has its time. Don't compare your life with other people's lives. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when the time comes. Everything has its time. Don't compare your life with. If we trust each other, an agreement on two things is enough. On the other hand, if we both don't trust each other, a written agreement, not even the thickness of a book, will help. Every trip, there will be a test that has two choices: keep going and succeed, or stop and fail. Every human being has to leave footprints. These traces reflect the personality of each and will be read by the people themselves. And that is what is important. This world is not blind and deaf. The peak of missing someone is when you no longer see each other. You no longer greet each other, but in your heart you pray for one another. Decide to be an environment friendly person and use your resources to assist others. Never stop pursuing what you dream of, even though what you want is not in front of your eyes. I approach life with the attitude of someone who is riding a bicycle. If I don't pedal, I will fall. And if I stop working, I will die. We spend a lot of time being lazy when we were young. So when we get older, we will continue to be lazy. And then we won't feel like we are going to die tomorrow. But if we learn a lot and analyze a lot, he will win when he gets older. We can't be tired and we can't lose. The future of Indonesia lies in the youth. The youth must be guided in a positive direction. For undergraduate candidates, please think for yourself the steps to be taken in order to have a positive synergy in life. A man will never become a great man without a great woman by his side, who always gives support and hope in every step and decision he takes. I was given pleasure by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, science of technology, so that I can make airplanes. But now I know that religious knowledge is more beneficial for Muslims. I don't promise I know about the world. I don't promise that our life will be easy later. And I don't know if Ainun can practice being a doctor there again. But I promise you I will be the best husband for you. The development of the Indonesian nation must be like the two wings of an airplane. The right wing is faith and piety to God. The left wing is the development of technology and science. Decide to be a useful person for the environment. Use what you have to assist others. Perfection doesn't just happen. You have to work towards perfection. It is necessary to judge perfection. Work must be monitored both in terms of procedure and outcomes. Success does not belong to smart people. Success belongs to those who always try. Never stop attempting. Failure is a guarantee, even though there is no guarantee of success if you don't attempt. True love will remain buried in the depths of the heart for all eternity, despite the death that has separated the body. Achieving a bright future is not easy. You have to make sacrifice to get it. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but looking outward together in the same direction. Loyalty means sincerity to keep one heart in the heart and promise not to betray. This quote means that loyalty is about protecting your heart, also a commitment not to violate what has been mutually agreed upon in a sacred pledge. Love is a powerful force that can transform life into something more beautiful. Love sometimes ends in friendship, but friendship frequently ends in love. A woman will be the perfect woman, both as a mother for her children, as a wife for her husband, and as an adult woman who lives all of that if the man in her life always gives guidance, protection, and trust to the woman. A man will never become a great man without a great woman by his side who always gives support and hope in every step and decision he takes. The leader must prioritize loving and appreciative relationships not for awards but to serve fellow human beings over mere power status. If you become a leader for this nation, don't forget to dedicate time and work hard for 24 hours straight during his leadership. To love is to see someone who is not perfect in a perfect way, not to find someone who is perfect. My past is mine, your past is yours, but the future is ours. True love looks at weakness and then turns it into an advantage to always love. This quote has a deep meaning about one's actions to interpret deficiencies not as something that is always negative, because love is a way to change the difference and transform it into things of beauty. In this way, we can combine the differences into a single entity. Habibie and Ainun both have their strengths and weaknesses, but when they love each other, they complement one another. Based on the historical experience and civilization of mankind, what is more important for Muslims today is no longer busy discussing the greatness achieved by Muslims in the past, or debating who first discovered the number zero, including numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on, as the contribution of Muslims in writing numbers in this modern era, the foundation and development of civilization throughout the world. But how will Muslims regain leadership and control of science and technology, lead again and become leaders in the world of science and civilization? Because that is a real achievement. Sometimes the little things can be so special. If there is no shoulder to lean on, there is always a floor to prostrate. Democracy is basically related to the quality of human resources. The better the quality of human resources, the more open they are to disseminate and practice democratic ideas. The characteristics of a leader that must be possessed if one wants to be a leader are comprehending faith and piety, science and technology, being open to criticism, being humble, understanding other people, and most importantly, knowing yourself. Recognize and strive for the best for yourself and those who are led. A true leader is always willing to learn and grow in various aspects. The willingness to learn is directed at both himself and his people. Love can be interpreted as a feeling that is evoked by partners, parents, neighbors, the environment, to the nation and state. Islam is a peaceful faith that does not teach followers how to do violent acts like terrorism. Islam is a faith that is quite compatible with democratic ideals. I have some figures which compare the cost of 1 kilo of airplane compared to 1 kilo of rice. 1 kilo of airplane costs 30,000 US dollars and 1 kilo of rice is 7 cents. And if you want to pay for your 1 kilo of high-tech products with a kilo of rice, I don't think we have enough. I say that if God called me and I was asked to choose between 100% faith and piety or 100% science and technology, what I chose was 100% faith and piety. But if I may choose, I want to be given both so that it is balanced. You are the most obstinate and challenging person I have ever met. But even if I could start over, I would still pick you. Because we are one, you shouldn't ever be concerned about losing me. We believe that for our pure, holy, true, perfect, and eternal love, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always help us in our journey to build a Sakinah family. If you import glasses, tables, and mics, you pay for the hours worked by the people there. Pay people's working hours so that everyone can be independent. Indeed, a person's job greatly influences his behavior. It is a reality to whatever was served previously. Love is a positive energy that can move life to be more beautiful. Love can be seen through a telescope, while jealousy can only be seen through a microscope. Be consistent. If you have chosen to pursue one field, that is the real key to success. Success and sacrifice will still be lacking if it is not accompanied by strong consistency. So a person tends to give up quickly and is distracted by other things in pursuing his goals. What should Indonesian youth do to make this country better? Increase discipline, productivity, and quality of thinking, and work according to the needs of the surrounding community. Experience cannot be learned, but must be passed. When going through a process of achieving success, there will be many challenges and difficulties that make some people give up and back down. However, understand that taking on challenges can provide valuable experience. Experience is what is the best teacher for you.